Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm just talking about what the Hot Toys that were shown at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con 2014, so yeah. So I did make a separate video which I just talk about the regular toy lines. That I believe I'm going to post after this, but possibly I've posted it before if you want to go check that out, or check that out when I do end up posting it. But right now, I'm just talking about the Hot Toys. I did this last year, I'm doing it this year, I'm going to do it the next year, and just talking about all the Hot Toys that were shown at this year's Comic-Con, so yeah. So pretty cool. So we got some new figures, which is actually really nice. Here, starting off, as you can see, we do have the Hull of Armor, Iron Legion style, you know, the stackable pieces. They did show us all the production pictures of these pieces a couple days ago, but here they are at the convention. As you can see, they have tons of armors inside of it, which is really nice. The Silver Centurion, which is coming out next month, I'm definitely getting him, so I'm very excited. He's right there looking good. Got the Heartbreaker, who should be coming out in a few months. It's in the fourth quarter of 2014. Star Boost, which is coming out in November, looks really nice, and the others are already out and everything like that. But then there are two new armors that they're showing us. Right here we have Blue Steel, which is really nice. It is just a repaint of the Silver Centurion though, just a complete repaint, but does look really nice. And then we have the Peacemaker, which is a kind of a mash of a couple different figures. You have the majority of the figure being the red snapper here, of course painted orange, but with the arms, instead of being the claws, having just, I'm not quite sure what arms these are. I think that they're the Mark 7, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're just reused arms from somebody else, but with all the other parts being from red snapper and just painted orange. Overall looks really nice. We do also get, of course, Tony Stark's Workshop set right here, and overall looks very cool. I mean, this whole display option to just display all these things looks really nice, and of course you don't need this many. I mean, just having, because this is like this is 6 by 3, and just having like maybe 3 or 4 by 2 would look really nice, or you know, just even six squares together and have Tony Stark in front of it would look great, I have to say. And the lights are a little brighter than I was expecting. I expected them in person not to be so bright, but with all the lights on this thing and from this picture, it looks like the lights are shine pretty bright, which is nice. So yeah, let's get some more pictures. Here's a better look of the Peacemaker as well as Blue Steel. I doubt I'm going to get these. I'm going to be pretty selective when it comes to just repainted armors. I really will just pick armors that are new sculpts, or at least the majority of new sculpts. Here we have the Helicarrier from Captain America 2. Of course, this is not in 1/6 scale. If it was, it would be about as big as a house. So yeah, so obviously that's not the case. I'm not quite sure what scale this is. I assume that it's going to be around the size of the Bat. You can see regular Hot Toys figure standing behind it. It's not that big. It doesn't look that great. For people who really like ships and planes and stuff, and like Marvel movies, this is a great addition to your collection. But for me, and for I think a majority of collectors, this is going to be a pass. But overall, it does look quite nice, I do have to say. Just nothing too special. I'll definitely be passing on that. We've got Falcon. Of course, we've seen him. He's on pre-order, looking good. He's really not in any different position that we've already seen. Here we have Spider-Man. Nothing new here. We've seen it all before, but a few of these figures aren't on pre-order yet, so it's just great to get more pictures of them. We've got Electro right here. Behind Electro, we have two different versions of Spider-Man and two different versions of Peter Parker, and then Rhino right next to them all. There's a nice shot of Rhino. I'm very happy about Rhino. I'm so excited to get this figure. This little stand that is used like to kind of support him was used at the last toy show that they showed him at, so I'm assuming that this is actually going to be an item that we're going to get, because with these little legs and this massive body, he's going to need some support, and this looks like a really nice way to support him and make it look good. So I'm assuming, yeah, right here. So I'm assuming we're actually going to get this piece, or something like it at least. Overall looking fantastic. Like I said in my in the video where I talked about what I was hoping to see from Comic-Con, I was hoping to see something new with Rhino, whether that's you know, Paul Giamatti head sculpt, or maybe some new guns, or have him displayed on all fours, or just have him displayed in some type of pose. They didn't do any of that, I have to say. Nothing new is with this figure. Even just his stance is exactly what we've seen from all the other toy fairs. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this figure, what you see is what you're going to get. I don't think that he's going to have any other features or any other special things to him. I could be wrong about that. Maybe he comes with a bunch of stuff, but from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure that what you see is what you're going to get. I'll definitely be buying him though. Looking for another. I'm hoping they have a good shot. I guess they don't. But as you can see here, there we go. Here is a regular Peter Parker figure. I mean, this Rhino is so massive, and what I like about this Comic-Con is that you can see him really close to other figures, so you can see how big he is. Like, the size of Rhino's arm is about the size of a regular Hot Toys figure, which is insane. So yes, that's pretty cool. As you can see, you've got Spider-Man. Looks nice. You got Peter Parker in his clothes, a skateboard. Kind of, I'd say a movie 1 Peter Parker. We've got Electro here, looking pretty awesome. And then more pictures of the back of Rhino, looking sick. Now we've got some Marvel stuff, Thor 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy. Drax. This is the first time that they showed Drax. Very happy with him. I think he looks great. The detailing in his body is fantastic, as well as I'm also very pleased and happy that they did not go with rubber arms. They are sculpted in arms, so you can see the joint. I'm the type of person, I know that there are people who like rubber arms. Me personally, I prefer just to see the joint and not have the rubber arms, so I'm really happy that they did that with him, and the detailing looks really good, I have to say. He comes with this nice big like bazooka down here and a couple knives, which are cool. And of course a unified base. His pants are also really nice. I mean, I could even see switching these pants with like Bane and having Bane have like an updated pants, because they look a lot like his. So overall, Drax looks really great, and I'm very happy with him. He looks really good. Like the face sculpt a lot. I mean, it really looks like the actor, which is quite special. There's a nice front view. Very cool. Very excited for him. Rocket Raccoon, like I said, it looks good. I don't think it's the best that Hot Toys can do, but it looks decent. I think 160 is way too much for him, but a nice little figure. If you're into Rocket, totally get him. Or if you just want the team, or if you really want the exclusive items for Groot, then he's a great addition. Gamora, as you can see, looks really cool. Now, how I feel about Gamora is kind of interesting. I mean, if you... just the things I don't like about her are more personal things. I think that the face sculpt is wonderful. It really looks like the actress, and the costume looks good. The accessory looks really nice. Proportions look good. Like I said with Drax, I'm not a fan of rubber arms, and she does have rubber arms, which is disappointing, I have to say. You know, it's decent. It kind of looks more dollish, I think, with rubber arms. But overall, I do think it looks pretty nice. And even though I would have preferred the joint for sure. And then she does have actual, I don't know what you call it, but actual, you know, flexible doll-like hair instead of actually sculpted plastic. And again, just me personally, I prefer sculpted plastic. I think that, you know, Thor is a really good example. Thor's hair looks great, and it is all sculpted plastic. You can make hair really realistic, and you can make long hair really realistic, and have it be sculpted. You don't need to have the fabric type of hair that they give to Black Widow and Catwoman and whatnot. So she does also have that. I think the hair doesn't look very good, and the hairline is a bit further up than I would have liked. Looks like she's got a bit of a bigger forehead than I would have preferred, but overall she does look good. Like I said, rubber arms, realistic hair are not things that I prefer, but it does look decent, I have to say. Oh, and also I did get my pictures from Toy Art, just to let you know. Overall, like I said, if you like the rubber arms and you like the realistic hair, then she is a must-have for you. But if you're not liking them, then, you know, then it's not the best thing in the world. I do plan to get all the Guardians, though, so it doesn't really make a difference, because I'm going to get them anyway. Groot, of course, we've seen the stock photos, but he looks amazing, and he does have his angry face displayed with him. What he doesn't have displayed with him is, like, the angry expression hands. If you noticed, all of the pictures of the figure that they showed, not just at Comic-Con, but his, like, stock pictures, he's not wearing those type of hands at all, so I don't know, maybe they're in the process of developing those and they're not quite done, but everything else with him seems to be done. He looks amazing. 200 for him is a steal. I would highly recommend him to anybody, I have to say. Thor, looking good, I have to say, looks nice. Loki looks, you know, looks nice. I think that the King Loki, the one that was from the Avengers movie, that figure looks so much better than this one. So if you can get the other one, I say go ahead, because it's a great figure. This one is a fine substitute, but it is not better than the first one in my opinion. Unless you just want a completely locked up Loki type of look. We've got Thor, the sleeveless exclusive version. I have to say, I've got a Hot Toys figure coming today, and it is him. So I'm going to be very excited to get him. Hopefully I'll have a review out soon. And looking good. Like I said, don't like the rubber arms too much, but I think that he does look really nice with them. So I'm excited to get that figure. He's looking good. Look at that. Beautiful. And then back to Guardians, we've got Star-Lord, Peter Quill. As you can see, he looks really nice. I mean, the face sculpt I don't think is perfect. I think that it, in my opinion, it needs a smirk. I think that that character is going to be pretty funny, pretty sarcastic, and kind of witty. I think that a nice little smirk there. I don't need a full laugh, or I don't need a full expression. Just a little smirk in the cheek, you know? That would have really complimented the character, I think, which they didn't do. They made a very, you know, serious, just, you know, kind of plain face, which is alright. I would have preferred a little bit more expression, though. But I have to say, the actual face sculpt itself, looking like the actor, it's not spot on. I think it's pretty good, but it's not spot on, in my opinion. He does also come with a helmeted head, which will have light up eyes, which is really nice, and he does come with a decent amount of accessories. What do they call those? Handcuffs. The handcuffs that he comes with, those are going to be exclusive items, as well as like the orb thing. I understand the handcuffs being exclusive, but the orb, I really don't get why that's an exclusive item, because it seems like it's something that's really needed with these Guardians figures, and we're not going to get that unless you buy exclusive. It's kind of weird, but overall it does look nice. Like, I believe that this orb is like an exclusive item. There is another orb that's like kind of clear, that's more of like a grenade, which he does come with, but this is going to be an exclusive, actually, it looks like. Alright, on to Iron Man. We've got the Mark III. Now, this is probably the thing that I was the most excited about seeing at Comic-Con that they hadn't showed before, and that they are doing the Mark III, which is just absolutely mind-blowingly fantastic for me. If you have the previous Mark III, this might not be the best for you, but I am a huge Iron Man fan. Iron Man 1 is my favorite movie, and this is my favorite armor, mostly, you know, for nostalgia, because, you know, I remember I wasn't excited for Iron Man at all when it came out, and when I saw it in the theater, I absolutely loved it, and this was just the classic, definitive, you know, classic Iron Man look, so I always loved this armor, and you know, the figure, when it came out, the first one, I wasn't collecting Hot Toys when it came out, and when I started collecting Hot Toys, it was way shot up in price. Now this one, I'm going to be able to get it, and it's going to be in die-cast. Sometimes I prefer just regular plastic, but when it comes to an armor like this, totally want die-cast, so I'm so excited for this one. He looks nice. Some of the stock pictures made him look a little bit more brighter red than he does actually in person, so I'm pretty happy that he's a bit darker red in person. Looking great, though. So excited for him. The stock pictures really don't show him coming with any battle damage parts, and he's obviously really needs a battle damage chest, because that's how he's displayed in the Hall of Armor, so I'm hoping that we will get some battle damage parts. Got the Silver Centurion coming next month, like I've said. Mark 42 coming next month, looking good, I have to say, and he's in his battle damage mode, pretty neat, but we've seen him a million times. Got some new, those small buffs, but we've seen them. The Python armor, which has sold out on Sideshow.com, looking very cool, and if you ordered that one should be coming next month again. Red Snapper, already out. We do get a couple of figures from Sideshow, just from the comic series, where we have Deadpool, which is looking really good. I have to say, I don't think I'm going to get these comic series figures, but the Deadpool one looks really great, I have to say. And the Wolverine one still looks really nice. I think that the brown on Wolverine doesn't look the absolute best, but I think it does look pretty good. Here we go. I wanted to show you this. Over here, where they have, I don't even know where this figure comes from, but they have a little plate here that says Beetlejuice. So they might be making a Beetlejuice figure for any of you Tim Burton Beetlejuice fans or Michael Keaton fans. So overall, that's quite exciting. As you can see, there's Wolverine. Looking cool. I'll probably skip those, but they do look pretty nice, and that's it for these guys. Alright, moving right over. Now here's some Batman stuff. We're really happy about this stuff. We have a Jim Gordon. Very happy about that. When the first SWAT Team Jim Gordon came out, I wasn't collecting Hot Toys, and I always wanted that figure because I really like Gordon. I really like yeah, I really like him, and I can't remember his name. What's the actor's name? I'm drawing a blank here, but I really do like the actor a lot, even though I'm drawing a blank on his name. And I love Gordon from the movies, so I was very excited to see this, as well as I have Blake, aka Robin, looking really awesome, I have to say. Both of those figures look really good. The costume that Gordon's wearing is what he wears in the last scene of The Dark Knight Rises, when he sees that the bat signal has been repaired, and he, you know, just rubs his hand on it. This is the same clothes that he's wearing, as well as he's he's holding those folders while he's doing it too. So this is basically a figure from that last scene. John Blake, of course, in his classic cop outfit, looking good. I really think that the Joseph Gordon-Levitt head sculpt looks really nice. And then they will also come with the bat signal, which is down here. Overall, looking very cool. It seems like you won't be able to buy these separately. You'll have to buy Gordon, Blake, and the bat signal all together, which, when I first heard that, I was a little disappointed because I was like, I really just wanted Gordon. But now thinking about it, I want all three really bad. So I'm hoping that they'll be a fair price, because I doubt they're going to come with any insane accessories or anything like that. And, you know, they didn't really have to go into they didn't have to do a ton of work to tailor these items either. And I believe that head sculpt is just the same one that came with the SWAT version one too. So I don't think that a ton of work went into these guys, and therefore I'm hoping that the price is a little lower than average, you know, two figures with a, you know, big bat signal type of thing would cost. But overall, very excited for them, and I think I do really plan to get them. Here's a better look. As you can see, face sculpt looks really nice on him, and on the Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I think it looks really good actually on him. I'll be really interested to see the Joseph Gordon-Levitt in hand, but from what I can see right now, that looks like a pretty perfect head sculpt, I have to say. And I forgot to get the pictures up for it, but they did also show the Arkham City Batman. Overall looks nice, something that I'm not interested in though, so I'm not going to buy it. They also have a DX Michael Keaton Batman from Batman Returns, which in my opinion looks really cool and whatnot, but it doesn't seem very different from the old DX Michael Keaton figure, and it's just not something I'm going to buy. But I know a lot of people are excited for that one, so some more power to them, and go ahead and get it. And yeah. They did also show these, some of these we've already seen, but they showed this like the morning of the Comic-Con. As you can see, Guardians of the Galaxy with his exclusive handcuffs and orb, or whatever you call that thing. We've got the Mark III. His exclusive item is going to be his heart that Pepper Potts puts in, like a glass thing, his arc reactor. Overall looks really neat. I would be very happy to get these. I'm not 100% if these bonus accessories are for buying it like from the Comic-Con, or if you're going to be able to get them like as a Sideshow exclusive. I would think that you will be able to get those for a Sideshow exclusive though, so we'll have to see. They have Marty McFly, which does look nice. I think that the face sculpt doesn't look that great. I think from certain angles it looks pretty good, but for the most part, it doesn't look very good at all, in my opinion. I have to say, the figure itself does look really nice. It comes with a lot of cool accessories, and of course, if you get the DeLorean, I mean, you just got to get Marty, so very cool. I do like Back to the Future a lot, I enjoy those movies. It's something that's completely not what I would purchase though, so I have no plans to get him. And his accessory is going to be a guitar, which is pretty neat. And then we have the first ever Hot Toys Transformer, Optimus Prime G1 style. As you can see, absolutely amazing, very cool. I mean, he looks really great, and he comes, his exclusive item is a like decapitated Starscream head, which I think is actually really neat. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get this guy. From these prices down here, which I will go over in a second, it does seem like he's going to be the most expensive out of all of them. And I have to say, he just doesn't look like he has so much detail. I mean, he does look like he's Hot Toys quality. He does look perfect, but the original character obviously is from, an old 80s television show, so he obviously doesn't have a ton of detail on him anyway. So I think that he's a bit overpriced in my opinion, and he does seem to be exactly 12 inches tall. He's the same scale as the rest of them, so I think his price point is going to be more than I think that is worth him. But this, not just for the figure, is great. It does tell us that more Transformers are on their way. I'd love to get a G1 Shock or Soundwave, even a Starscream or something like that. That would be fantastic. And then I would love if they started making movie characters. Movie characters I would shell out just about anything for, but overall it looks very nice. And then, as well as they did show us like a workshop Mark III, like where he's kind of working on him. We do see this in his workshop a lot. This is something that typically I wouldn't buy, but considering I have the Tony Stark Workshop set, and I am thinking that I'm going to get some of those Hall of Armor pieces, as well as that kind of pack that they just showed a couple days ago with a bunch of Iron Man accessories. I plan to get that as well. So because of that, I think that I might have, the stuff to pull off a pretty neat display. So this would really complement the display really nicely and have something that Tony Stark could like work on, which would look really cool. So I might actually get this. Price-wise on these guys, down here, as you can see, here's the price in, I don't know what type of dollars this is, in UK dollar, or not UK, but Hong Kong dollars, I don't know, yen or whatever the dollar amount is. But if you translate them into dollars, Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord comes out to $190, Iron Man comes out to $255, Marty comes out to $185, Prime comes out to $281, and then this comes out to like $111. So, you know, of course there is a bump up in price, you know, for Americans and everything like that. So because of that, you know, we're looking at about $210 for Star-Lord, maybe $220. Iron Man, I would assume it's going to be like $300 or so. McFly, I guess like $210. Prime, maybe $300. And the Mark III that's, you know, been worked on is going to be like, I don't know, $120, $130, something like that. Those prices, you know, pretty decent. I plan, out of these guys, I definitely plan to get Star-Lord. I will absolutely get the Mark III, and I'm considering the Mark III that's being worked on, and also, it's most likely a no, but maybe I will break down and get Prime, and then it's definite no for Marty, just for me. But as you can see, they did show a lot of very cool figures, and I'm very excited for a lot of these toys. Love Hot Toys, and they're delivering, hoping that they will do some more villains. I think that they're lacking on villains, but I'm such a big villain fan, that's why I think that. But hopefully they'll do Ronin, and I can't wait to get these guys. Hopefully they'll do Lucius Fox, because, I mean, they're doing Michael Caine, you know, as Alfred, and they're doing, you know, obviously Gordon and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So, you know, I would really hope we get a Lucius Fox, considering, I mean, it's Morgan Freeman. How cool would it be to get a Morgan Freeman figure? But overall, really do love the figures that they showed. They all, oh, I also forgot to say, I was really hoping that they would show, like, the shotgun armor from Iron Man, because I am a big fan of that armor. I think it's a really great armor, and, I just one that was really used in the movie a lot too, so I was really hoping that they'd show him. Unfortunately they didn't, but what they did also show was a Stryker figure. I believe that's his name, but they showed him like this. He was in one of the Hall of Armor pieces, one of these sections, and it was just like the top of the figure and his arms dangling and being held up by like two like kind of bars. So nobody quite knows if that's going to be like a workshop type of Stryker figure where he's like working on it, or if it is just a prototype of the pieces that they have done that they are going to do a full figure for. And the Stryker character is the one armor from Iron Man 3 from the Iron Legion, where he has like the big, I don't know what you'd call those, but big massive things on his arms, and he punches the floor, which which, you know, kind of flew up two extremist soldiers, and then he just like kind of used those jackhammer type of things to like punch him. You know, you should know what that armor is. He did it like to protect, was it Rhodes, or it might have been Stark, but overall that's a pretty well-known armor, so it is nice to see them making him. It's not an armor that I ever really loved though, but I'm still holding out hope that they'll do Shotgun, because I really hope that they do Shotgun, because he's an awesome armor. But yeah, overall very happy with the Hot Toys figures that they showed, and really this is kind of big. I mean, you know, they still obviously have the Dark Knight Rises license, so they're still making figures from them, which is fantastic. We're still getting more armors, even if the armors that they showed weren't really anything that too special. We also getting more from the diecast series with the Mark III, which is fantastic, and they're doing Transformers, which is absolutely amazing. So there you go. Tell me what you guys thought of these figures from San Diego Comic-Con. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts, and overall I'm very excited and I can't wait. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching.